Hey everyone, welcome back to part 8 of making Captain America's shield. And uh, what we're going to do is, I believe we're going to finish the star here and flesh it out a good bit. Because right now, it's looking nice. I think we can do better. Um, First thing is, I just think we need to revamp the design a good bit. And I think first things first, make the star much more pronounced. And improve how it's riveted and fix this little error here and I think add a bit more dimension to it to help you already. All right, so first off, I might be borrowing what we did with the rolled edge here because I think that actually might look better if this was a piece of flat stock and it was a rolled edge and then there was a rivet here joining the two rolled edges. But we're going to see if that looks good or not. So, and again, we're using this as a blueprint of sorts. It'd be nice if I knew what this name was. Let me see, figure out what that is. What is the riveted piece of metal attached? Okay, what is the piece of metal in the shape of a V that's often riveted to a chest piece of armor. Let's see if that can figure out what it is. V-shaped. Okay, what is this? Or chevron-like component riveted to the chest or breastplate called. That is a French word. Okay, it's a stop rib or deflection rib. All right. Let's see. Deflection rib armor. See what it pops up. Let's see. Let's go Bing. Breastplate. Plate. Rib. What pops? Of course, it pulls up anatomy. Let's try the French word. Where is it? Lisière direct. Is that what it's called? Okay. Do we have any good examples though? Okay, apparently it's the same stuff they use for horses. Hmm. See what this is. Here's another example. It's just a piece of bar stock, really, that's been bent around and shaped. That looks so simple. Hmm. I wish there was a way we could elevate it. Hmm. We do want this to be white in color. So how about this? Let's come back to this and let's do the rivets first. At least it's one step we can get finished. So let's take out the visibility. Since we know we're going to be using that rivet hole there, we'll keep that one blank. All right, so let's go ahead and do the rivets. So let's go new, create. Okay. Oh wait, before we do this, let's save the name. Save as shield rivets. I'd say spell rivets, right? Just one V into one T. Probably just overthinking things. Yep, alright. Rivets, IPT file, save. Alright. So, let's see. Let's go shield ring 1. Alright. Let's go here. Let's grab this. Let's go back to the rivet file. Go to sketch. Let's see. Okay. Instead of doing that, let's actually just take this file. Save as. Save. Yes. Alright, that way we have the orientation and everything already correct. Okay. Origin. There we go. Did it paste? No, it didn't. Whoops. Don't want to cut that out. There we go. Let's move this. There we go. Now let's, where is it? Let's finish that. Let's take this. All right, let's go back here, go back to the sketch. All right, let's move this into place. There we go. Now we just need this one's, where's the rivet hole? There it is. Let's copy this one too. Bring it here. Let's move it to the origin point. There we go. Okay, in hindsight, we probably didn't need that. I'm pretty sure all we need to do is, where is it? Here it is. Let's grab this ring layer, sketch. We don't need the line. So copy that. Bring it over. All right, there we go. That's kind of cool to see. It goes to show that we're spot on. All right. Actually, while we're here, let's go ahead and get rid of these. I guess in theory I could use those, but I had to just start from a blank canvas. Let's delete this. All right, so it's going to revolve around this way. So we can get rid of this, get rid of that, extend it. Okay, so this is our midpoint. So we do want this to balloon out at the side. So this is 0.1725 or 0.1875, I guess. 0.375 should be a good size rivet, I think. All right. So let's take this. Don't need that. Don't need that. Let's do the same here. 0.375. Cut. Cut. Okay. Let's get rid of this excess material. We don't need it. Okay, we don't need this or that. So now we need to decide how tall we want this to be. Okay. And I broke it. All right. don't do that. That, oh, because that's not a line, that's why. Okay. Let's see, 0.1875. Okay, let's extrude it out. Cut, extrude. All right, so now that we have all that defined, let's figure out the arc. Seems like a good size head, I suppose. There we go. Okay. 0.1875. That's the center point. Gotcha. Don't need that anymore. Let's do the arc. There we go. So it's a double-sided riveted. Let's cut that across. Don't need that. Don't need this. Don't need that. Now there's a double-sided rivet. We can get rid of these little curls. Now let's see. More than likely, I guess if I would do this, this would be a forged rivet hole instead of a drilled one. Let's just go ahead and put a little bit of a fillet here. 565. Seems to be a good size fillet. All right, let's circular that. Put it around the origin. What do we set this at? 25? There we go. Why did it fail? Circular. Let's do it around that, I guess. 25. Why is it failing? So it's failed execution. Fillet 1 could not build the first. Build this fillet. All right. So let's do this. Just do it manually. That's annoying. There we go. It's good and rounded. Let's finish that. So let's try this one and hopefully I don't need to do it manually all the way around this. 0.01565. All right. Let's grab that. Let's go around the origin. Let's do 25. Perfect. All right, awesome. That would have been a pain to do all these. Select the origin again. Let's go 50. Perfect. Save. So now we can go back to these rivets. 0.01565. There we go. Oh, perfect. All right, so now let's go here. Oh, we can get rid of this curl. Anything else? Nope. Let's revolve it around. There's one rivet out of 25 we need to make for the first layer. So let's grab this. Let's go to the y-axis. 25. Perfect. So now let's go back to the assembly. Let's place it. And there we go. What do y'all think of that? All right, so now we just got 2 more layers to do. Let's go back to rivets. This first thing is actually go back to here. Minimize this. Where is this? There's the next rivet. All right, let's go back to here. Let's go to the drawing plane. Let's center it back to the origin point. There we go. Let's go back to the shield. Go to the ring layer. There we go. Let's move it in place. So actually, it might be a good idea to have these in separate layers. So if we wanted to, we could change the colors without having to single anything out. Let's go ahead and do that. So save, file, save as, rivets. Let's do 1, save, file, save as, rivets 2, save. All right. So now let's open up rivets 1 again. Then we also got rid of the initial sketch, right? Yeah. We don't need that for now though. So let's get rid of this. That's now our first rivet layer. So let's get rid of this. Shield rivets, place, rivets 1. Is grounded at origin. Now, where was I? All right, let's keep this the way it is. So let's go to rivets 2. Oh yeah, well, I wanted to get rid of the additional rivet layer. Or I guess I could go ahead and just rivet, save that as rivet layer 3. Get it out of the way. There we go. All right, where was I? We don't need this anymore. Or that. Actually, wait. Could just move that into place, but I'd have to rotate it. Do a bunch of little things. It'd just be easier to recreate it. Okay. Go to ring layer 3. Finish. Now let's go here. Okay, let's go to rivet. Let's move it to the origin point once more. Okay, let's extend, extend. Don't need that, don't need this. Trim the excess. 0.375. 0.375. Trim, trim, trim. Delete those. 0.1875. 0.1875. Extend. Extend. Delete. Delete. Make quick arcs. And once you already know how to do what you're trying to do, it's really easy to replicate it. So I'll just get faster and faster. Trim, trim. Delete. Delete. Cut. Cut. 0.15625. There we go. Delete. Go to that point. I don't need to delete them, but that's what it is. Revolve. There we go. Let's array it around the origin y-axis. Set it to 50. Save. And that's our second one done. Rivets 2. There we go. All right, now what? What next? What next? What next? All right, third layer rivets. So let's go here. Copy. We need to open the next layer. Open. I already renamed it. There we go. There we go. Get rid of that. Don't need this, don't need that. Delete. Go to sketch. Let's move it into place. The one thing I don't think we've done yet actually is see what this looks like as a cross section. That might be fun to do as a little side tangent thing we could do real quick. There we go. So you want to do that real quick? I actually am curious to see what it looks like. Just take this. Move. All right, let's go to the last one. Copy it. Go to that. All right. Zoom in. Grab the origin point. Just mirror it over. So that's a cross section of our shield. Just kind of cool to look at. All these different little plates crossing each other. All right. That was a little fun thing to do. Let's go back up here, looking for that point, so we don't need this. Let's go back. Now where we go here, open this up. Let's copy and paste this over. Let's move it back to where it should be. Perfect. There we go. I did my order of operations wrong, but whatever. Okay, let's go to the arc. Okay. Okay, we shouldn't need any of that. Don't need that. 625. Get rid of all this. Finish. Revolve around the origin y-axis. Not what I want to do. No. Jumping ahead. Do that first. Now we can array it around. Alright, let's see here. What was it, 100? Pretty sure it was. Let's go back to the assembly. There we go. Perfect, and those are the rivets. Now, what are we gonna do about the star? So I think we need to fill in these little portions here. This is a toughie. What to do? Is how would a blacksmith tackle this back in the day? What do you think? What do y'all think he would do? He might tackle these as 5 individual pieces that he then welds together or rivets together. What to do? What to do? I do like the idea that each of these are their own little curls that go around. And I guess it could rivet like mail to a degree. Let's give that a shot. I want to give these little curls a chance. But they'd have to match the shape of this circle, which make it a challenge. This is a toughie. Yeah, so if I was a smith, if I had 5 sections of plate that I curled the edges of, rivet, 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 rivet. How hard is it to weld plate together? How hard would have been to weld to forge weld two pieces of metal plate together in the 1400s. So it was forge welding, also called fire welding. Two pieces of metal plate together in the 1400s was quite difficult and technically demanding, but it was a well-established skill among skilled armorers and blacksmiths, though rarely used for joining large plates in the late medieval plate armor. Could they have brazed them together? I'm going to make one petal and see. Okay, let's go back here. Let's go here, save this as star 2. Okay, never mind. I guess we can't do that. Oh. Let's go back to the assembly. Ring. It's still labeled as ring. Alright. Okay. Alright, how would they roll it? Get rid of this, get rid of that. Don't need this for now. Let's get rid of this because it caused this problem last time. I'm not entirely sure why. So let's just do that and redo this anyway, just in case. Okay. Now. Alright, let's get rid of this. Oh, I need to edit it first. Okay, let's get rid of the curl. We'll add that back in later. Let's offset it by 0.078125. Okay. So now we are okay. Why is it causing an issue? Okay, create two new constraints there. All right, let's cap this off here. All right, let's go ahead and revolve it. Let's change this back to semi-polished. Okay. What's a fifth of a rotation? Let's see. 72. Let's see, what if we did 72? There we go. So that'll produce a harsh line from there to there. All right, so let's go to this front plane. Just bring it out about an inch. There we go. We can hide this for now. All right, project geometry. Let's go down here. So is this flat up here? No, it is at an angle. But this right here should be pretty flat. Okay, yeah. What was the angle we chose before? 20? Extend that out. Let's delete this. Actually, let's do this. Just try and just make it just a traditional star. Okay. So what degree this is? 18 degrees. All right, that works. At least it makes a conventional star. Let's mirror it over. Get rid of this. Delete the pattern. Delete, delete. Oh, there's more than one pattern. Delete pattern. So we're still doubles. Yes, doubles gone. Gone. So how many of them were there? All right, so that matches. All right, so let's give this a shot. Not need that anymore. Oops. Cut. Satisfy that that's right. Delete pattern. Okay. Let's do 1.5. Cut. There we go. Now I want to apply a rolled edge to this. But how? All right, let's see here. So I should be able to sweep it all the way around, I think. At least do one sweep there, one sweep there, one sweep there, one sweep there. Problem is this line. The only line I will have full control over is right here. Hmm. Hmm. I'll need to. I need to create a new line. Let's see, tangent, surface. Here we go. Which one did I pick again? Angle to plane around edge. So click, click. It says 18 degrees. So what was it? 108? Is it 90 degrees to here? No. So that'd be 72. And I need one that's 90 degrees to this one. So here. Okay, so 180 minus 18, 162. Is that right? Looks right. It says it's right, so I think this will work, but I have no idea if it will or won't. But yeah, we're already at 40 minutes. Anyways, before we continue, I'll cut it off here and we'll give this a good honest go at the next one. All right. Catch you later, all right? Hope you have a good one.